My name's Miranda Gibson and I've been sitting at the top of this tree for 5.5 months now, and I'm up here because I want to highlight the fact that these forests continue to be destroyed and how important they are and they need protection.
Hi, I'm Brett McKay from McKay Timber. I'm the Operations Manager. We're a 3-generation company. We are harvesting from Tasmanian native forests, and we believe that they are sustainable and a renewable resource to harvest.
It's important to protect forests through reserves such as national parks, because these provide a refuge from operations like logging, and this way these forests can be protected into the future. So one key reason that reserves are important in Tasmania is to protect endangered species. By protecting these, then we can make sure that species like Tasmanian devil don't go extinct.
The reason why we use our native forests and harvest and cut the trees down is basically it's a very sustainable way of building houses. If we have any more forest reserves, then naturally there will be less available for these sort of products.
Well, the problem is that the practices that forestry have in Tasmania at the moment are not sustainable. Trees like this one that are hundreds of years old are clear felled, and then it goes into rotations and it will be logged every 80 years. Now that doesn't give these trees a chance to grow, and it doesn't give a lot of species a chance to regenerate. Australia's plantation resource could actually be used to meet Australia's demand in terms of wood supply products, so there's really actually no need for them to be coming into forests like this one.
We consider and know that it is a renewable resource, and we are back in forests that my grandfather was in, and that's proof on its own that these forests are becoming viable for operation productivity once more. The renewability and the management of the forest is undertaken by Forestry Tasmania, and these guys take very great pride in seeing a forest harvested and rejuvenated correctly. The native forest timbers is not only good for a building product, but it is also a carbon storing material. Just because that tree is harvested doesn't mean that all that carbon is then released once it becomes timber.
One of the key problems with the practices is that they're taking forests like this one, which is a mixed forest. It's got, this is a eucalypt tree, and the understory down below is rainforest species. And what you see in a regrowth forest is that it doesn't have the diversity that these forests have, and it never gets a chance when it's in forestry rotations to ever get back to that stage again.
If we have 105 employees, if we were unable to get the resource from our forests, then that 105 families would not have work. And if you take away the forest workers from the regional areas, then the consequences for our state economy are dire.
The way to ensure that communities survive into the future is actually to transition the industry to a sustainable plantation-based industry. Then it will have a much stronger chance of actually competing on the international market, and it will actually help to provide jobs in those areas. And in addition to doing that, if we put areas of forest into reserves, then we'll create a whole new range of jobs, which includes a lot of opportunities in tourism.
In conclusion, I suppose that our industry is a required industry, as the economical benefits for this state would be catastrophic if we did not have this industry here. It also is the only industry that is carbon friendly and stores carbon. We need to keep employing Tasmanians, and this is a very good environmentally friendly industry that can do that.
So in conclusion, these forests like the one that I'm sitting in right now need to be protected to ensure that endangered species and wildlife can have habitat into the future, and that the industry moves to use sustainably managed plantations, and this would allow for new opportunities in tourism and support for communities in the future.